God's advice today. This message was lovingly prepared to bring peace and guidance to your heart. If it touches you, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. That way, you'll keep receiving uplifting content. Stay with us until the end. We've prepared something special with great care. Discover something life-changing. In the first comment, I left a special prayer and an opportunity that could open doors you never imagined. God said, "Stop and listen to me until the end. What once seemed like your end, today becomes the exact point of your elevation." Every tear that fell in silence, every night your heart cried out for help, every time you thought about giving up, nothing went unnoticed by my eyes. I am transforming your pain into strength, your weariness into renewal, your battle into a living testimony of my faithfulness. Because the time has come, and I myself am descending to meet you and lift you from the place where you thought you would remain forever. Are you seeking a deep spiritual shift in your life and in the lives of those you love? Imagine attracting wealth and abundance in less than a week, while blessings pour over you daily. It all starts with a simple 1-minute prayer. To discover how this technique can transform your reality, click the link in the first comment. Every step you take toward this journey not only benefits you but also supports our channel and the dedicated team that brings this valuable content to you. Don't wait any longer to start this journey of spiritual and material transformation. Click now to learn more and begin your path toward a fuller and more abundant life. You are not forgotten, you are being prepared. For it is written, Jesus looked at them and said, "With man this is impossible, but with God all things are possible." Matthew chapter 19 verse 26. Nothing, absolutely nothing, is beyond my reach, and today I move heaven and earth on your behalf. The voices that said it was the end will be silenced by the sound of your victory. What once bound you has no more power. I am your deliverer, and I come with power to change everything. Where there was once darkness, I will light my flame. Where there was fear, I breathe courage. Receive this new breath, this new direction, this new beginning. Your season of sorrow ends today, and the promise begins to unfold. Believe, even if everything seems contrary, because my word never returns void. This is the day of your turning point. This is the beginning of something no man will be able to stop. Comment, I trust that God guides me to peace and victory. Every step you now take walks on territory I prepared with care and intention. It is not land of improvisation, nor a random victory, it is the fulfillment of the covenant. The words I whispered in your deserts begin to manifest before your eyes. I did not only call you, I lead you, sustain you, and establish you. So even if your soul trembles, do not retreat, that trembling is the sign of the glory approaching. The tide has turned, and you are not adrift. You are being guided by hands that know the end from the beginning. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew chapter 11 verse 28. Every promise is a brick set with faithfulness on the path where your feet walk. There is no more room for doubt. Advance, because heaven has already confirmed your path with an eternal seal. Comment, with every step, heaven reaffirms what God has already promised. Do not fear the empty spaces ahead, they are the places I cleared for you. Where fear once screamed, now there is silence because my presence filled it all. The voices that accused you have been silenced, not by your effort but by my authority. My child, you no longer walk in uncertainty, you walk under a decree. And even if you don't understand everything, it is enough to believe in my word. I formed you for this moment. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Matthew chapter 6 verse 34. So trust, the path I show you is not fantasy, it is inheritance. Every move you make, every faith-based decision, is a visible response to my voice. You are not lost, you are in the center of what I designed for you. Look around and see, what was once a desert begins to bloom. The places you avoided because of the pain are precisely the grounds where I planted healing. I did not scatter seeds randomly, I poured balm exactly where your tears fell. The prayers you thought were forgotten, the silent cries, the requests you yourself doubted, none were lost. I heard every whisper, even the ones your heart didn't have the strength to speak. The restoration that begins now is not only external, it is intimate, deep, and tailored for your weary soul. The arid fields are no longer barren, they've become cradles of promises. And what grows there is no illusion, it is the living testimony that I answer with faithfulness. Do not despise what seems small. What begins now may not carry the appearance of glory, but it carries the DNA of heaven. Many ignore silent beginnings, but I have always worked this way, in places where the world's noise cannot drown out my voice. Inside this small emerging seed is a chain reaction ready to transform your legacy. You thought you were waiting for something distant, but it is already happening in the unseen. That is why I ask you, protect this beginning. Not with fear, but with discernment. Take care of what was born as one guards a holy secret. Don't get distracted by the external noise, because what is yours is being cultivated in the silence, where only those with faith can see. You are part of something greater, my child. You are the root of generations that will see my hand upon their lives. I do not just know your pain, I walked with you through every night when sleep didn't come, every morning when weariness outweighed hope. Nothing was ignored. And because I knew exactly where your soul bled, I knew where to plant restoration. Now, my child, look carefully. What is beginning to grow inside you is not just renewed strength, it is heavenly structure being built. The foundations were dug with your tears, but what is being raised will be crowned with joy. Even when everything seemed barren, I was working silently. So do not mistake the pause for abandonment. I use pauses to prepare grounds where the impatient cannot enter. But you, because you trusted, will see first. Because your eyes believed before seeing, you will witness what many still doubt. Comment: God is building in silence what will be celebrated in public. And now, my child, the time has come to walk with confidence. Not out of arrogance, but from conviction. The ground you tread is sustained by the covenant I made with you, not by the circumstances that shift around you. The fear that once held you back has lost its power. Hesitation no longer belongs in this place. Heaven moves when your faith moves. I am with you. I will be with you. And my favor is your shield. No step will be in vain. No decision made with my spirit will be frustrated. The harvest that begins now is the result of a sacred waiting. And you are living proof that it is worth trusting, even when everything says otherwise. Remain, advance, rejoice, because the season has changed, and you are no longer in expectation. You are in the promise. My plan did not fail. It matured with you. Did you know there is an effective method to attract more financial prosperity? This technique can help transform your deep beliefs and change the way you perceive reality. It was something that greatly impacted my life, and we would like to invite you to discover this special practice. When we trust that God wants to act in our lives, we gain the courage to ask Him directly. God desires to bless each of us in a unique and wonderful way. That is why it is important to seek His blessings with faith and confidence, believing that He has a special plan for you. If you want to support our work and the team dedicated to bringing inspiring and transforming content, we invite you to learn about our product. The link is available in the first comment, so you can discover how this technique can also help you on your journey. Your contribution helps us continue sharing messages that make a difference. We sincerely appreciate your trust and support. Stop and listen to me carefully. This moment beginning to appear before your eyes is not a product of chance or earthly forces. I am the one who created the earth and all things in it, and today I am acting on your behalf. Everything that seemed lost, the silent pains, the tears no one saw, the moments when you thought there would be no more light, none of it was in vain. I planted a precious seed in your heart, and now it begins to break through the shell of time, revealing a sprout of hope. If before you felt your waiting was empty, now I tell you, your patience is bearing fruit. Every difficulty, every delay, every suffering has been transformed into nutrients that strengthen this new life I am creating within you. Do not dig up doubts or fears. Instead, water this faith, speak about this hope, prophesy victory over what is not yet visible. Because soon, this small sprout will become a lush garden, able to tell the whole world what I can do for the one who trusts even in silence. It is no longer just hope, it is the promise of your time of harvest. In fact, it is written, "Wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord." Psalm 27 verse 14. Many have looked at you with contempt, laughed at your waiting, mocked the pauses that seemed like defeats. They confused your silence with weakness and judged your waiting time as failure. But they never considered that I was working secretly, that my defense would not come by human words, but by an undeniable manifestation of my glory in your life. I did not need to declare your righteousness to the eyes of the world, for I knew time would reveal the truth. And that time has come. Those who called you finished and defeated will begin to realize they miscalculated, that the strength they ignored now grows inside you and cannot be silenced. The justice I prepare is not human revenge, but divine vindication, the one that manifests without you having to raise your voice. The testimony of your transformation will speak so loudly that it will silence gossip, dissipate judgments, and make enemies recognize the powerful hand that sustains you. Comment, God's defense is perfect, and He covers me with His righteousness. It is also written, "The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life, and have it to the full." John chapter 10 verse 10. Hear me, beloved son, every word that was thrown at you like a stone of accusation will lose its power before the work I am accomplishing in you. The voices that once thundered in your mind with doubts and criticism will lose their strength and fall silent when they see what I do in silence. You do not need to seek revenge or worry about answering those who hurt you. I am your advocate, and in the right time, the harvest of your faithfulness will be so abundant that it will speak for itself. The ground where those who mocked once walked will become unstable, not by your desire, but because human pride cannot withstand the truth. Look up, raise your eyes to the sky, and see how I am changing the narrative of your story. This is not the time to lament or retreat, but to move forward with confidence in the victory I have already determined. The delay you felt was, in truth, the exact moment I prepared your heart and destiny for something much greater. Child, do not stop for those who watch you with malice, but lift your gaze to the horizon of the promise. I am lifting you up before them, and this elevation is not to bring them down or humiliate, but to manifest my glory through your faithfulness and patience. Let the words of mockery dissipate like mist under the sun of the truth I reveal. What is about to happen will leave no room for the noise of enemies. Just walk on, for I have already silenced the crowd that disbelieved you. Listen now, with urgency, to the powerful sound echoing in the unseen realm, a melody of victory carrying your name. It is no longer a whisper, it is an explosion breaking through the last barriers of discouragement, announcing that the time for advancement is near. Those periods when everything seemed still, frozen in an endless pause, were, in fact, necessary rests within the greater symphony that I conduct. Every unanswered prayer, every night when sleep escaped you while you questioned the delay, now intertwines in a divine rhythm so perfect that your own heart will feel the approach of fulfillment. I have adjusted the seconds and minutes on the heavenly clock while the clocks of the earth continued to count the ordinary hours. A hidden mechanism has moved and accelerated the seasons that once felt slow, turning the pauses into corridors leading to immediate liberation. Do not be surprised if, suddenly, opportunities begin to cascade like meteor showers on a moonless night. All is scheduled by my hand so that none of your perseverance is lost. I refuse to let a single grain of your faith die without being used. Feel the vibration beneath your feet. It is the sacred anticipation, the certainty that the days of delay are sealed with redemption. Lift your eyes to that celestial clock where my Father writes each moment with infinite wisdom, ensuring that your arrivals are perfectly aligned with the highest glory. Heaven is sounding a trumpet over your life, a call gathering angels to deliver provision, revelation, and alliances at the exact moment you are ready to receive them. Not before, to avoid waste, not after, to not miss the opportunity. I see your hand extended and positioned to govern with responsibility what I am sending. Therefore, do not fear, do not lose heart. What I have begun, I will complete, and what the world saw as an end, for you is the glorious beginning of the realization of all your dreams and purposes. Trust, for I am with you, moving the invisible so that the visible may raise you up. Perguntareo ChatGPT. Get ready for the natural confirmation that comes in the form of unexpected calls, doors opening without warning, conversations shifting in your favor, and entire systems rearranging overnight. What was sealed up above demands manifestation down here. All of creation longs to echo my verdict. Do not allow your understanding, still trapped by past disappointments, to try to explain this speed. Outdated logic cannot decipher the rhythm of the grace I have dispatched. Any hesitation pulls against the current that wants to lift you up. So, synchronize your expectation, clear your schedule, and empty your mind for the new provision, because the converging supply lines may seem overwhelming if your reservoirs are not ready. Understand that the deliverance coming is not an escape but a strategic relocation. With every angelic step, the architecture of your destiny gains clearer contours, drawing borders where confusion once spread without control. At this very moment, I give you this advice: watch yourself. Align your words with hope, for your speech now acts as beacons that illuminate coordinates so that the packages arriving find their correct destination. Expel cynicism as if it were contraband at the doors opening for you. The hinges of these doors are forged in gratitude, and their locks respond only to the trust that what I begin, I also complete. If memories of past failures cry out for your attention, treat them as expired passports, invalid at this checkpoint, unable to board the flight already accelerating toward the runways of revelation. I am orchestrating a cascade, not a drizzle. Unexpected alliances will arise, resources will flow through unconventional channels, insights will bloom amid routine tasks, all timed to generate an unstoppable momentum. Steady your breath, firm your position, and watch. The heavenly hand has already moved, the dispatch has left the throne, and in one single stroke, your panorama will declare that delivered means established. But understand, this is only the next crescendo, not the end of the symphony. Let courage settle deeply within your being as confirmations appear, whether an official approval email, an old debt suddenly disappearing, or a medical report transforming miraculously. Do not see these changes as mere luck but as the first notes of a hymn dedicated to your definitive turnaround. Channel the growing emotion inside you into swift, obedient actions. Write that proposal, make that call to reconcile what was broken. Every response you give creates a safe landing zone where subsequent blessings can touch down without turbulence. Stay alert, vigilant, as the cascade intensifies and the manifestations you have long awaited begin to take shape all around you. Comment, "My obedience is the bridge that connects the promise to its fulfillment." Trust my timing, even when it seems too fast for the world or too slow for your soul. For you are in the heart of eternity, and I am compressing decades into seconds so that your story changes, so that you dance to a divine, perfect, and glorious rhythm. So, with courage, prepare to receive what is coming, for it is not just a blessing, it is the beginning of a new era for your life. The barriers that once seemed insurmountable, solid like iron cliffs, are now being struck by rays of light coming from within themselves, cracking and breaking what seemed firm. Everything you believed required frantic effort to break through now responds to a force far greater than any human hammer. It is my sovereign yes, echoing through the foundations of your world, where human hands have never reached. Imagine old hinges, creaking under the weight of centuries, now trembling and loosening because the internal pins move by themselves. These doors cannot resist the authorization released the moment your name shone in my eternal book. Therefore, every lock made of skepticism is readjusting, compelled to favor you against all old programming. This movement is urgent. The more you hesitate, the more the momentum is lost. Walk with humility in your left hand and bold vision in your right as the path opens. And do not think about qualifying yourself. My inscription over you ignores gaps in your resume, financial limitations, and missing credentials. Think of these doors like a locked greenhouse suddenly letting in warm, renewing air. Dormant seeds sprout overnight because the environment aligned. This is what is happening around you, walls adjusting temperature, pressure, and rules to receive someone anointed to release life. There lies a scroll, not made of fragile paper, but alive, breathing with divine intelligence. As you unroll it, it reveals plans too detailed for human imagination. Every line, every curve, every instruction is engraved with a light that will never fade, because it was not written with earthly ink but with radiant authority, coming straight from my throne. These are not vague suggestions or inspiring thoughts, they are direct architectural instructions, sacred patterns guiding your next move with supernatural clarity. You can fully trust that everything happening, the doors opening, the unexpected meetings, the timely provision, is part of a divine project that pleases me and involves you uniquely. Do not doubt what seems to be accelerating, even if your human mind tries to impose limits on what you see. Your name is written in eternity, and heaven's time does not bow to earth's rules. I am the invisible hand moving these pieces, and nothing can stop the unfolding of my will when it decides in favor of a beloved Son. So, advance with faith and boldness. Do not allow fear or doubt to guide this journey. Your identity is sealed in the realm of the heavens, and the structures that once resisted are yielding so you can fulfill the purpose for which you were created. This is the time of your manifestation, the moment when the grace you silently accepted reveals its strength and transforms your world completely. I am with you every step, every decision, every door you open. With love, God. I hope this message has been an inspiration to you. If it touched your heart, write Amen in the comments and share it with someone who also needs to hear this word. I invite you to click on the first comment, where you will find a special prayer and a suggestion to strengthen your spiritual journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive more inspiring content like this. See you tomorrow.